Hello YouTube, I'm PCJ Law and welcome back to Civ 5 Deity Game 5 Part 10, being played as Arabia on Sandstorm map, standard map size, standard game pace and deity difficulty. Where we last left off, we just captured Thebes in the last episode, and this is going to be the last episode of the series. It's going to be the one where hopefully we finish off our domination victory attempt by taking Carthage's capital to meet the victory condition of domination, which requires you to hold all original capitals in the game. What we need to do at the start of this episode, and we'll just roll the turnover, is we need to check first if we actually have the ability to get to Carthage. I don't know how many tiles this is. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a feeling we don't have enough range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We might be one tile short. And only one of our bombers has range. Although almost all of them are going to get range in a couple of turns. So I think we'll be okay. We just need to keep beating down Egyptian units for a bit. We can actually piece them if we need. Which might be a thing we can do. No point trading with Carthage now if we're going to go to war. A lot of production on that city tile. So what we probably need to do is just make sure we get range on every bomber we can. Yeah, because we are 2 tiles short from here, but we should be all good to reach it from Thebes. Range here as well. Range. And so this one needs to get 1 kill for range. So there we go. That's now going to give us range because we've got the 100 experience. And this one needs 2. Let's just give that a shot then. Apparently we've all agreed to some coal. And then the rest of these bombers have got some stuff to do. We can kill some more Egyptian units for a moment. I'm kind of worried though, because what I don't want to do is run us into some fighters and start losing some bombers to interceptions. This bomber can almost... That took a lot of damage bombarding that cannon. That means we probably got intercepted somewhere. I didn't really realise. This fighter, though, we could do with it somewhere. Let's actually rebase it to Thebes for a second. We can rebase it out next turn anyway. And then... This railroad is nearly done to Persepolis. I don't think we'll ever complete this railroad over to any of these cities over here, but I think we need to either. We should have done this first if we were going to do anything. Well, we can kill this. Then we can power drop this in right here. And the best use of this cavalry might just be to go running into Egyptian territory. We can actually kill this cannon with our camels. So at least they still get to have some fun this game. Probably should have actually gone and shot the archaeologist in the water. And then just pause these, and we don't need to do anything with them. I don't think the Great General is going to be useful. Should we just peace Egypt? If we've got range, there's no reason to stay at war. At least not once we've got, well, the range promotion, which is going to be next turn. Apparently we've got enough faith to do some stuff. We've already got a research lab here. Can we afford to faith buy research labs yet? Somewhere. 130 faith for another research lab. We might do that. If this game lasts a couple more turns, I guess we'll buy a research lab somewhere. And then as soon as we get vision on Carthage, we can start shooting it, so we don't have to worry about it yet. We do need to move our units over to Thebes. It would be good to have Memphis as a staging ground for... There we go. So we got a bit more vision now in Memphis. As kind of a place... It would be great to have it as a place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be good to have it as a place where we can put fighters. The final push. We've got range here now as well. So maybe we'll just capture Memphis before we go. Unless Egypt will actually give us Memphis. He would. He won't. He wants to give us Heliopolis instead. I guess Memphis is a bit too valuable. Can we just give him every luxury we own for it? No, apparently not. Okay. One to remember. Ideology. Apparently we can take another tenet. Oh, something like 5-year plan would be nice for the production right now. But also, happiness will just make us happy, and that'll give us more combat strength. We don't need the production. We got more than enough units. Let's just stay happy. And then, what do we got here? Not a lot going on in Alexandria. We did lose this paratrooper. It's unfortunate. Can we go steal some... We don't even need to take this gold, though. I was thinking about whether or not we should steal some gold, but we don't even need it. We should probably just start dropping a couple of paratroopers. We've got any. We've got one inside Thebes. Got these 2 paratroopers in here so that we can use them to capture the city of Memphis next turn. I guess we've got this bomber that needs to heal, unless it can shoot a worker. This is a bit close to Halab. I think, if I remember correctly, Egypt's actually got some units in there. Move it to Thebes. We can sleep some of these workers. We're not going to be here too long, I don't think, anymore. So it probably doesn't matter if they're actually doing anything useful or not. Keep sending this caravan, though. And we can put this on intercept. Yeah, we could do with one more fighter, actually. It might have been a mistake not to build one anywhere, because I don't think we're building another fighter. We're only building bombers. We lost our cavalry. Maybe from the gold we get from capturing Memphis, we can get a fighter to purchase. We'll start building one anyway. Leave that bomber, we can handle it later. There appears to be nothing around Memphis again. I would love to take this right now. We might, actually. If we can piece them out, we can try and pillage that caravan for a bit of gold. Hopefully Memphis has got a burial tomb. Air sweep. Now that we can. No resistance. Good. Looks like it's just going to be 1 or 2 more turns before we get our spy into Carthage so that we can see the city. Have we got enough firepower to take this? Probably now. Nice. We can create a puppet. Perfect. And we've got up to 921 gold now. I guess maybe we did capture a burial tomb. We do have a temple here, so we must have captured a burial tomb. And we actually captured the Taj Mahal, which is really cool. And we peace. Yeah, hill peace. So let's land here and take his caravan. See if there's any more opportunistic caravans we can get, but I don't think so. No, doesn't look like it. Now we need to peace Egypt. He'll still give us a load of stuff, so maybe we can actually take his 362 gold and 37 gold per turn. Perfect. And then that will allow us to buy another fighter. Do we have a military academy here? Oh, do we not? Am I just being crazy? I think we have a military academy. Oh, no, we do. We do. I'm just being a bit stupid. Yeah, well, let's buy a fighter here then. That gave us enough gold for a fighter, which is great. And we can take interception and rebase what we can to Memphis now. Apparently, there's not a lot we can do. So next turn, it's going to be. We can move this bomber over, though. We put it in Thebes? No. Where can it go? Assur. Okay. We perhaps purchased that fighter in the wrong city. But we're going to need a couple of turns to get set up anyway. Very well. And we do now have vision on Carthage, which is perfect. Apparently, no air units in the city yet. Not something I realized was a thing. And we've got this bomber, which now needs to get air repair first, for sure. And then range. We'll vote embargo Carthage. So these range units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so these units that all have range can all reach the city of Carthage from Thebes. So we should put them in Thebes. And everything that can't reach from Thebes, we can put into Memphis. This is the reason why we're doing counting with PCJ law. Because we need to know where we can have range from, so that we know what we can bomb. Then this one goes into Memphis because it doesn't have range. This fighter can rebase to do a shuriken. And we don't need anything near Thebes anymore. So we can just put them all there. Can do some fun power dropping. Oh. Like that. Hopefully that's everything in. And just sleep them all or tell them all to heal, at least. One more here. And we've got a writer. We can just bulb it. Doesn't give us another social policy, unfortunately. Not that we need it. And move on to the next turn. Still nothing appears to be in Carthage. We might not have needed this extra fighter that we bought. But it's better than losing some bombers. That could have caused a problem. So we can rebase this to Memphis. We've got a paratrooper here. We can take... We can already take cover because Paris is... We'll probably just take Medic. And Medic 2. And if this ever makes it there, it can heal up our bombers inside our cities to give them a bit more punch. Bulb the Scientist. Since we're already at max science of 1081. We're never going to get to stealth, that's fine. It's only turn 237 anyway. Paratrooper. We could usually expect a game to go on a lot longer than that. And we need to declare war on Carthage. So, is there anything we can get Carthage to do first before we do our declaration of war? Like, declare war on Egypt. Gold, silver, and oil. I mean, we can just give them all of this. Now, that's going to stoke that war, which is perfect. And then we can just declare war. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 original capitals. We just need Carthage, which is going to be the 8th. Check our demos quickly. Top tech, top gold, top land, top manufactured goods. That's all that we want to see. And we don't care about being top food right now because we're in the end game. We're stagnating for maximum science and production. So there seems to be nothing else to do apart from declare this war. We're going to declare war like this first. Because we want to use air sweep. If you try and air sweep over friendly units or units that you aren't at war with, then you won't use up their intercepts for air sweeping. No resistance has been encountered. So we can start bombing Carthage straight away. And Carthage is taking a lot of damage. It might not last past the next turn. I guess we got another great general. This, I mean, it's not really worth bombing with this one, is it? Or is it? Oh, it was worth bombing. Okay. We only did 8 damage, though, so I don't really know how worth it was. And we can now power drop all around the city. Or all where we can, anyway. We can only power drop in 4 of the 6 tiles, so we go on 4. I would have liked to get the full surround, but it might be a blessing in disguise that we can't do everything, because we've got all of these units in and around Memphis here, and what we don't want to do is get Memphis taken, because we've got 4 bombers in it. Carry on building railroads there. I guess we can... I mean, these Great War Infantry pose a threat now to our camels. Just for the symbolism, we'll make sure these camels live, but it doesn't really matter. Got another general, just put that in Damascus. The age of generals is over. The age of bombers has been ushered in. It looks like Carthage doesn't even have any air units to fight back with. As long as we don't lose too many paratroopers around Carthage, we should take it next turn. And as I say that, Carthage brings in a great war bomber. Doesn't matter though. If it's not a fighter, it won't stop the bombers. No resistance again. Okay, well, let's get going then. Should be able to finish this off this turn. Oh yeah, for sure we can. We're doing 19 damage with that. That's a lot of damage. 24. That. Don't even need to use the fighter. We got this new bomber that's not going to be useful. I guess we can rebase it for the symbolism again. Carthaginian unit in here. Archaeologist. That's ours now. And we've got this. What is that? It's a Hacapolita. Wow. Well, the Hacapolita is threatening our workers, but I don't think it's much of a threat. Fortunately, we can only shoot once here. Back up there. Oh, this is the wrong camel. Sleep this. And now around Carthage, I guess we can finish the job. Get our pillages off. Don't really want to pillage the luxuries. And this should be the end of the game. This will be a turn 238 standard speed domination victory. Playing as Arabia on standard map, standard map size, standard game pace, and deity difficulty. We're being preached at right now by the in-game voices, and look at these demographics. This is so nice. This is what happens when you finish off a domination victory on turn 238 standard speed. Number 1 in every demographic. We own 7 cities. That's what we chose to sim on because we killed Babylon and then France. But that gave us 3 capitals because France had taken Persia's capital, so we held it. Our nice 7-city sim into bombers proved to be pretty fatal to the rest of the world. And I wasn't expecting, I mean, I was semi-expecting it, but not quite, just how ridiculously powerful Camel Archers are. We were able to kill, what was it, we took 5 capitals with Camel Archers. Because we even were able to take a serious capital with Camel Archers, which I was not expecting. I was expecting to have to go through Assyria, Egypt, and Carthage with bombers. Oh, we got Byzantium's capital as well with Camel Archers. Kind of ridiculous, really. But yes, really cool demographics. Nice. Augustus Caesar level win. To be expected. Anytime you do a domination victory, you'll always end up highest in score because cities tend to count quite strongly for score. And then we can flip over to the replay. So, as a quick recap of how this game went down. We spawned right here as Arabia. I think we moved on turn 1. I cannot remember that. It's been a little while now. And after we got forward settled by Babylon... Well, actually, we didn't get forward settled by Babylon. We chose to go for 3 cities after getting forward settled into this position, which is where we wanted by France. And 3 cities is quite optimal for a Camel Archer timing push in terms of going to war with Camel Archers. It gives you that good balance between getting ahead of building queues and not having too much of a drain on your own city's happiness. Because that's one important thing that doesn't get talked about a lot in war, is how to actually stay happy in your empire. If you found too many cities before going to war, you're going to struggle to stay happy because when you capture cities, their population costs more in happiness than a normal city that you have founded because they count as an occupied citizen and you have to build a courthouse in the city to remove that occupied citizen flag, as it were. So when you're going for conquest, it's often better to keep a relatively small nucleus of cities as your own so that you don't... Because if you've got too many cities, the more cities you have, the harder it is to maintain happiness. So when you capture new cities, then it's going to be harder to stay happy while you work through your conquest. So what you tend to want to do is to go for a smaller core and then capture cities. The extra happiness room from having a bit of a smaller core then gives you breathing space to get those cities turned around, courthouses built, colosseums built, and ready not to be a massive happiness drain on the empire. So we went for our 3-city core for just that. 3 cities tends to be a very good number of cities for a medieval attack. So that would be either an attack with crossbows or camel archers or keshiks usually, or longbows, I guess. Longbows, chukanoos, that kind of thing. Same with frigates. 3 cities tends to be really, really good for a frigate attack. And that's because you get a good balance between having more cities, so more production and more units. But played off against having too many cities, which makes it too difficult for you to actually then be able to support the new cities that you're about to capture. And not only that, but fewer cities tends to make each individual city of yours better. Because, for example, there's some rules that I always have, which is 2 workers per city, for instance. So if we founded 4 cities instead of 3, we have to build 2 extra workers and 1 extra settler. That's about, maybe it's 15 to 18 turns of production time in the capital. Could be as many as that. On standard speed, it could be as many as 20 turns of production time in the capital. And you save that, and you get your capital city 10 turns, 15 turns, 20 turns further ahead in your building queue by going 3 cities as opposed to 4. And that then enables you to have a much kind of stronger timing push where your core cities are strong enough to be able to build units for 20 turns without them being terrible at the end of it. That's why we had 3 cities. And we get to about turn 100. I think the war between us and Babylon had already started by now. But if you remember, we had to work through quite a lot of Babylonian units before we took the city. The idea is to kill off all the units, make some room, and then conquest these cities fairly quickly afterwards. Which, if we resume the replay, I think is what happens. So we're still fighting units, and then we take the city, we raise it, we take the capital, then we take this city, and that's our core 5. We then choose to turn on France, so we raise that city. We capture this city and raise it as well. Then we capture the capital, and then we raise this city in here. We liberate this city for Persia, the one in here, and then take Persia's capital of Persepolis, which is right here. That gives us our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 city core. So go ahead and sim city, or just build up our empire to go for a bomber push, because we know we're not going to be able to kill Egypt and Carthage with Camel Archers. However, in the meantime, we do decide to be productive, because we actually go and take Assyria's capital with Camel Archers as well. And then turn around and take Byzantium's capital as well with Camel Archers. So it just takes us a few turns to swing them all up here. I believe, actually, what happened and why it took us so long to start taking Byzantium's land in here, if I remember correctly, because Egypt decided to declare war on us and cause us some bother. So we had this city-state in here, in particular, and this city-state up here causing us problems because they were Egypt's allies. But then we were able to go in here, raise a Byzantine city, and then go capture the capital. That took us now up to 6 capitals, and all we needed was bombers to break through the rest of the AI. So we chose to avoid research labs because it's just about faster to go for real bombers. And also we want to use the production. And we slowly make our way along, eventually taking Egypt's capital, turn 230. But into the turn 230s. There we go, there goes the capital. There goes Memphis. And if we let this go one more, there goes Carthage. For a turn 238, standard speed, deity difficulty, domination victory, played as Assyria on Sandstorm map. That will be the end of this series, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been a really, really fun one. No idea what the next series is going to be on the channel yet, but you can be sure that it's coming up soon enough. So a couple of shout outs. Thank you very much to Nizef for their enjoyable Deity Games series of maps and saves that they post on the Civilization 5 or Civ Fanatics website. That's where we got this map from. So thank you to Nizef for supplying that indeed. And thank you very much for watching, everybody who watched this series. It's been a fun one, and it's been great to war all the way through the ages, which is a domination victory style that I haven't done for a long, long time. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and series, please do leave a like. Greatly helps the channel, helps other people find this video. If you want to hear about any more uploads coming onto the channel, then do hit the subscribe button. And finally, if you've got any comments about this game or series at all, then do feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I've been PCJ Law. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.